Okay, so we got one whole laugh in an episode, and given how many times they played that fucking laugh track, that's a pretty bad track record. But we're trying to be fair here, and to be fair, I had seen that episode before, so I might have known when the jokes were coming. I mean, it was like 5 years ago when I last watched any episodes, but we'll try to be fair nonetheless. Now, I didn't watch many episodes from the later seasons when I was younger, so we're going to try this again with the random number generator, except we're only going to go from season 6 onwards, which is about the time I would have dropped off. 6 itself. Okay, and if this is an episode that I recognize, that I've seen it all, we're going to skip it ahead. So there's 24 episodes. 11. Oh, it's a Christmas special. Okay. Well, it's a bit late, but we can give it a go. Season 6, episode 11. Let's see if this is any better. The Santa simulation.
Okay, now holding sides up, position, lower mantelpiece assembly onto top tabs.
So I remember the dynamics sort of changed as it went on. Like, they introduced two new main characters. There was Amy and Bernadette, who were Howard and
Really? That's how you're gonna spend your Saturday night?
Sheldon's love interests. And they're in a relationship now.
Oh, great.
What was that? That was an awful transition.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why would you do a transition like that? Why do they keep doing that transition? It looks awful.
I have to go. We play as a
Just cut.
If I'm not there,
Just do an edit.
So listen, I know we talked about getting a bite to eat in Silver Lake, and then.
Oh, he's not talking to a woman.
Leonard's talking about a big D&D game at his place.
Saturday night just went
Oh.
from crazy to epic.
Oh, they're playing D&D as well. Oh, I might actually really like this. Here begin to cool the those relatives. We built the wall, we built the pyramid. Yeah, still a banger. Still a banger. This show does not deserve this theme song, because this so much better than what it's representing.
A Christmas gift? You know I don't enjoy Christmas. What's wrong with Christmas?
Why would you say it like that?
Would you just flip
They
the
also
side?
sort of developed his personality a bit.
Oh, a scroll. I like scrolls.
Like, he's a lot happier about certain things this time around.
After stone tablets and skywriting. Santa Claus. But no.
Okay.
It's actually ho ho ho, but you'll get the hang of it.
Okay, that's not a bad setup.
Thought it'd be fun to make a quest with
I haven't laughed yet, but like I'm intrigued by the plot.
With Christmas and sneak up behind him.
I remember this guy,
shoot my magic all over his ass.
not Raj, Stuart, I think his name is, the comic book guy.
Do you hear yourself when you say these things?
I remember hating his character because his whole thing was just that he was like unbearably pathetic.
Sheldon, what do you do?
I signal my contempt for your cruel
Like the others are,
shove
you know,
Christmas
obviously
joy down
supposed to
my
be
throat.
geeky and antisocial, but like they're at least intelligent is their whole thing. But he just works at a comic book store. Maybe I related a bit too hard to him. I mean, I don't work at a comic book store,
And
but
you discover a secret door
I don't
leading to a
have-
dark corridor. Okay, guys, let's make
I'm a bit of a geek myself, bit of a gamer, bit of a.
Hang on, Santa.
I like a bit of D&D as well, and you know, I'm not a
Okay, you run into
theoretical
the
physicist, so
weapons, hit a tripwire,
maybe I am Stuart.
a cannon blows your face off, you die, you're out of the game.
That's not.
Cannon, am I really out of the game?
Lucky.
It's not how it works.
Come on, moving on.
Wait, doesn't anyone have a rod of resurrection? Because if you've got one, I need it bad.
Oh, a gay joke. Ah.
Here with your rod and give it to me.
Ugh.
Okay, you need to say these things in your head before you say them out loud.
Okay, so just doing the joke that Arrested Development did 10 times better.
I'll be your wingman. Even if it means me taking a chubby, I will suck it up.
You're missing out on, so forget it. Bernadette's wearing leopard print pumps and a rat-tastic red dress from Forever 21. And there's Amy showing all kinds of ankle. And I'm assuming it's from Forever 63.
This is just.
I myself am wearing a little number that got me out of 2 speeding tickets and jury duty.
That's
Guy didn't make
irresponsible.
a rhetorical point. I just don't know.
Awful. Awful.
How does he not hear that?
Misogynistic as well. Homophobic, more than anything.
Plan. Are we gonna teach our fellows a lesson by getting stinking drunk, luring strange men into the bathroom, and turning the toilet stall into a temple of the senses?
Ew.
Jeez, who's forever 63 now?
Wait, she wants to just...
Can we get
That
another
she expects that they're just going to
table?
cheat on them?
Don't worry.
That's
It's my treat.
Thanks.
That's pretty
Wow,
terrible.
We should go to girls' night more often. Not just because we weren't here to be a cat house.
My pleasure. Nothing makes me happier than the chance to spoil a lady. Just answer my door. My bed says if I give her any more fun, she's going to die of gout.
Let's go crashing the girls' night.
No, I'm fine.
Every time you want to stand, we're going to get into a relationship.
Let's get laid.
Stop it. You're doing girls' nights.
Raj, you're a great guy. You're in our whole school.
Nose around, see if we can find a nice girl, and then introduce.
I'm trying to find, like, interesting things to say. It's just not...
Don't tell them I come from money. I want them to love me for me. They
What?
must
They
be
ju-
insanely hot. Like 9s or 10s.
They just play the laugh track after every single line.
She's willing
Like,
to bring another 8 to the hot tub.
Any woman will have you, right?
In a New Delhi minute.
what's a New Delhi minute? Is that like a running gag?
Miniatures in my store.
Oh, yeah, I got them on Amazon.
Sure, I get it. Why support a friend when you can support a multinational conglomerate that is crushing the life out of that friend?
Fair point.
I know, but when I shop online, I can do it on the toilet.
Also fair point.
Have you seen my store? The whole place is a toilet.
Can we please move this along?
Yeah, sorry. You
I'm gonna
come
look
to
up.
the end of the tunnel,
What is a New Delhi minute?
My face.
An instant. Oh, okay, that's actually a real thing. It's a thing that...
I open the chest.
it's
Oh, Johnny Carson said it.
Suddenly, the door
Oh, that's actually quite
slams
interesting.
shut, and now the walls of the room start closing
It appears
in.
to have originated in Texas around 1967.
Glowing letters
It is a reference to the
on
frenzied
chest
and
that
hectic
read,
pace...
"If
Oh no, it's a New York minute.
wish not to be, sing of Svati Vaclav and his
Oh.
victory."
Who the hell is Svati Vaclav?
Oh, okay, so it's just a...
Oh boy, happy place.
Okay, so a New York minute is a real thing, whereas a New Delhi minute is a thing that they just made up.
Never heard of it. Must be the one Christmas song not written by a Jewish guy.
That's a topical reference. Most Christmas songs were written by Jews. It's actually total bullshit that Raj just died in the first encounter. Like, that doesn't happen, for one. Like, you don't just kill them instantly. You have to, like, measure their hit points and everything. But also, it's just bad DMing to have that happen. This is definitely worse. I definitely found there to be more... There was definitely more amusing stuff in the first one. This is just... Ugh.
Looks like he's doing pretty good.
No, of course he is. Look, that girl just got dumped by her boyfriend. She
It's just they just say something like snide or sarcastic. What, just because he's Indian? That's terrible!
Oh, here he comes.
That's not even funny in the universe of the that's not even funny. That's... Obviously it's not funny, it's the Big Bang Theory, but...
Jennifer, and not even if you were the last guy on Earth, loser.
What?
So mean!
Why can't I find someone?
Who would do that?
I'm smart, I've got a cool job, and my naturally bronzed complexion means I can pull off mustard yellow in a way most guys can't.
It's true. It's true, he does pull that off.
you, it's them.
No, it's
Didn't laugh.
same thing with the two of you.
The two of them? I don't understand.
Oh, I get it, because she's...
There was a time when I had a thing for Penny, and I thought she was into me too because she got drunk and naked and climbed into bed with me. But apparently I misread those things.
I remember that episode.
And you like permanent also?
That was before Penny. I make it a rule to meet one of my friends' girlfriends at a time. I'm very old-fashioned that way.
So at some point you...
Yeah.
No, not really.
Yeah, wow, yeah, yeah.
Come on, Raj, not even a little bit.
Not that I can think of.
Think harder.
Nope. I guess the heart wants what the heart wants, or in this case, doesn't. I mean, at all.
All of these characters are unlikable. Like, I know it works for, like, Seinfeld and Arrested Development and shows like that, but this shows, like, you're clearly supposed to like these characters at least a bit. But they're all so obnoxious and mean to each other, like...
I think the word you're looking for is bravo.
Okay, You leave the
I think that's also like a byproduct of the laugh track as well, because they've always got to go for like the cheapest and quickest joke, which is usually just insult the character that spoke before you.
Has changed my anxiety medication and I stopped caring about the blood in my stool.
Jesus.
good story.
Snide remark.
What are you drinking there? Little eggnog? Had enough crappy Christmases as a kid, and I'm tired of you sucking the joy out of them now.
I like this plot. I'll give them that. It's not funny, but I like any Christmas special really. I like the trying to get people into the spirit of it. And this isn't doing a terrible job of that.
No wonder you love Christmas. That sounds amazing.
It wasn't amazing. Got a C- 4 years in a row.
Yeah, I'm familiar with your work. C- was your gift.
That was a pretty sick burn, actually. I'll give him that.
Sorry, I didn't
Again,
mean to
didn't
upset you.
laugh, but
It's fine. Didn't have my first kiss till I was 22, and I only did it so I give him back his insulin.
Sometimes the pancreas wants what the pancreas wants.
Forget it.
that's a smile.
You guys talk.
That nearly got me.
I understand.
In college, I passed out at a frat party and woke up with more clothes on.
That's a good thing.
Sometimes
You
I
you
get so
didn't get
lonely, I sit
raped.
on my
What-
desk
How is that?
Sometimes the left hand tries to cop a feel. And I let it.
This is just disturbing. If you took the laugh track out of this, this would just be like a conversation between two sociopaths.
I do. And don't worry, someday you'll have somebody too.
Thank you. I hope she's half as lovely and amazing as you are.
Thank you, Rajesh. Hey, let's see, I'm good. We can go now.
Damn it. What? Now that I know she doesn't like me, I can do it.
All right. I think I cracked the code to lower the drawbridge. Let's do it.
The drawbridge is lowering.
I mean, I gotta respect the actors for that. Like that probably took a lot of rehearsing.
Get it? The drawbridge is down.
Again, didn't laugh, but like that was an interesting. It was fine. I'm really grasping at straws here to give this show credit. It's hard to fuck up a Christmas special, so and they're not. To be fair, I mean, it's not funny. Again, I must emphasize that part, but it's at least mildly entertaining. My favorite show, Community. One of my favorite episodes is the Christmas special, and another one of my favorite episodes is the episode where they play D&D. This is combining those two things, so really, this should be golden.
And I wanted him back.
This is weird, right?
Oh, okay.
Pop-Pop was the only one in my family who encouraged me to pursue science. But you didn't bring him back, did you?
Oh.
No, instead I got Lincoln Logs. Now, you can build a lot of neat things out of Lincoln Logs. But Pop-Pop ain't one of them. And now
See,
you're
I really
here
wish the
asking
laugh
me
track
for
would
something.
shut up during scenes like this, because I actually...
Well, sorry, Mr. Cream.
This isn't even really
But
that
today's
funny,
not your
but
day.
it's actually
I
kind
leave
of
you here
dramatically
alone.
interesting.
I hope the ogres feast on your
It's nothing
bones.
spectacular, but it's... Like, if the laugh track had shut up for that entire monologue and only come in that last line,
Okay.
that would have been...
Wallowitz and Stewart are paralyzed, Santa's dead, and I picked this over having sex with my girlfriend.
You can still do that.
Santa? Oh! Hello, Sheldon. You should be asleep. Well, then you shouldn't have jingle bells on your boots.
What the hell is going on?
I can do a lot of magical things, but unfortunately bringing your Pop-Pop back isn't one of them. I understand. But I do have something special for you. Close your eyes. Oh, I hope it's a train. Oh, it's better than a train. 2 trains? Yeah. I'm getting 3 trains.
Smile.
Okay, open 'em. This is for leaving me in the dungeon to be eaten alive by ogres.
I'm halfway to laughing right now. This is...
Ho, 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 you big dork.
I lost it. I lost it. They almost had me, but they lost it. Ah. as a good, not a bad ending. He didn't really. Actually, no, that is a bad ending. I'll tell you why. I mean, that would have still been fine for the tag, because that was the end tag. It's clearly supposed to be a little one-off joke that's like separate from the main plot. But they didn't actually end the episode itself. They didn't have a resolution. There was no point where he like resolved his feelings about the whole Christmas thing, and it didn't tie back into the B story. Like it's just bad storytelling. Not only is it not funny, but like the one part of it that I was kind of enjoying didn't pay off in any way. It just ends with them all like leaving depressed about the whole thing. So what have we learned from this? Well, we've learned that The Big Bang Theory is not always funny once per episode. It can get a little chuckle, maybe, every once in a while, but yeah, we already kind of knew this. We are not stopping here, alright? We must find what the funniest episode is. Or at the very least, we must find an episode that is funny. So to help me determine this mystery and see if I could find an episode that actually made me laugh, a considerable amount anyway, I checked the Big Bang Theory subreddit, which at the time of recording is not yet considered a federal crime. And I asked the community what is the best or most accessible episode of the show. Not necessarily their favorite episode, but the best episode. And I got 3 comments, one of which was just a guy saying nice. And neither of the other 2 comments agreed, so I decided instead to check IMDb. And the highest rated episode according to IMDb is The Bar for Item Gift Hypothesis, which is from Season 2, Episode 11. Now, generally speaking, I find that episodes from Season 2 of a show are generally when you start to get to the best episodes of a show. It's true of a lot of TV shows like The Office, Parks and Recreation, Community, Arrested Development. It's around 2 and 3 where the show sort of hits its stride and grows its beard, but hasn't had nowhere near long enough to start tapering off, at least with American shows. Now, I do remember this episode, and I do remember it being quite funny, actually. It's another Christmas episode, funnily enough, which we can actually, tie into... This can be Christmas Special 2.0 for the Lartley channel. We're watching The Big Bang Theory. Oh boy. We're hoping we get a good laugh out of this one. A proper belly laugh. And maybe 2 other, the sort of proper chuckle that I gave the circumcision joke in the first episode that we watched. We're hoping for that. We're gonna go for 3. That is the bar we're setting. And it's not a very high bar. Keep in mind these are 20-minute long episodes. Okay? I laugh at The Office every 2 minutes. Sometimes more if it's a really good scene or episode. But we're soldiering through, and we're gonna see if this is the episode that gets a proper belly laugh out of me. Wish me luck, fellow gamers.
Your
Away we
argument
go.
is lacking in all scientific merit. It is well established. Superman cleans his uniform by flying into Earth's yellow sun, which incinerates any contaminant matter and leaves the invulnerable Kryptonian.
Every episode seems to start out like this, actually.
Superman doesn't sweat on Earth.
Thinking about it. It always seems to open with them having some weird, nerd conversation.
Before dinner, his host says who's up for a little Kryptonian tetherball.
Where they're just arguing about, some erroneous detail in a comic or a pop culture thing. It's so predictable. Yeah, I really do remember this episode. I watched this one quite a lot back in the day.
Now Sheldon.
Okay, that was. I think it does help. As I say, it's the actors. His commitment to the physicalization of the character really helps sell it.
The existence of galactic dark matter.
He's a very handsome man.
Another gay? Why do they keep doing that with that character? Just make it gay if you have to.
Here's my office. Here's my parents' number up in New Jersey. They always know how to reach me. So. Congratulations on the MacArthur grant, by the way. Big fan.
Thanks. I'll call you.
Yeah, not a terrible joke, setup and execution,
What are you looking at? You've never seen a hypocrite before?
I think it would have been better if they just ended the scene, before that. A good silence is usually better than, a snide remark like that. Well, not a snide remark, just You don't always need to cap every episode, every like joke off with someone like lampshading it and making reference to it. Sometimes it's better to just let the joke stand on its own. That's my thought. Again with the Wii jokes. Dated themselves so much. I mean, I actually played a bit of Wii recently.
Where were you that's more important than Wii Bowling Night?
Actually, I was...
Wii Bowling Night?
There is nothing more important than Wii Bowling Night.
They have a whole night devoted to that one game?
Nice motivational speech from the team captain.
He plays in a rock band?
So, we're in a rock band?
No. We play Rock Band on our Xbox.
Yeah, yep, I got the joke.
Motivational speech from our lead guitarist.
He's funny too. He does this hysterical impersonation of Stephen Hawking on phone sex. What are you wearing? He does it better. Anyway, he said he's gonna take me to the gym tomorrow, so I'm gonna practice myself. Well, Marcus Man Crush, dude. Yep, it's officially a bromance.
Hey, are you and Leonard putting up a Christmas tree?
No, because we don't celebrate the ancient pagan festival of Saturnalia.
Big brain atheist moment.
Gather round, kids. It's time for Sheldon's beloved Christmas special.
Oh, God.
In the pre-Christian era, as the winter solstice approached and the plants died, pagans brought evergreen boughs into their homes as an act of sympathetic magic, intended to guard the life essences of the plants until spring. This custom was later
I hate this shit so much.
becomes the so-called Christmas tree.
Like, it's true, but like, just reminds me so much of my edgy atheist days. It's like an amazing atheist rant.
Why would you do such a thing? I don't know, because it's Christmas. Oh, Penny, I know you think you're being generous, but the foundation of gift giving is reciprocity. You could give me a gift. You give me an obligation. Don't feel bad, Penny. It's a classic rookie mistake. My first Hanukkah with Sheldon, he yelled at me for 8 nights.
You don't give me anything in return.
Of course I do. The essence of the custom is I now have to go out and purchase for you a gift of commensurate value and representing the same perceived level of friendship as that represented by the gift you give me. Well, it's no wonder suicide rates skyrocket this time of year.
You know what? Forget it. I'm not giving you a present.
Not a bad
I
punchline.
see it. That elf sticker says too. I brought this on myself by being such an endearing and important part of your life.
Okay,
I'm going to need a ride to the mall.
that's just an exhale. That doesn't count as a laugh.
It's happening to us.
Like, yeah, it's just there are real jokes here. It's just that they put the laugh track after every line, so you can never tell. You can never tell what's an actual joke. It's just I get so sick of that laugh track, I just associate it with hatred.
Hey, Penny.
I'm not indoorsy. I just wear the appropriate sunblock because I don't take melanoma lightly.
That's another thing I don't like about this show. So many of the lines could be, like, delivered by any character. Or at least among the 4, like, scientist guys. Like, that line about the whole melanoma thing, that sounded more like a Sheldon line than a Leonard line. Not that there's much of a difference. Well, that's my point. There's not much of a difference. Like, you could have given that line to any one of the 4, and it would have been completely within character. Because their characters, like... Particularly, I think, in the later seasons, they just kind of became all the same character, because they had to all make these snide remarks, or these geeky remarks, depending on what the joke was. I don't like it. I'm really going for low-hanging fruit, though, when I criticize this show. I acknowledge that. This is,
I don't know how you live next door to that without doing something about it.
Sexist.
Science is my lady.
I don't like his delivery, actually.
Okay, let's go.
All right. See you tomorrow, Leonard.
See ya.
Is it like an intentional thing that he just adds those, like, science things?
Yes.
Decent. That's a good visual gag. They don't really do visual gags in sitcoms like this, the multicam ones. It's basically all dialogue. I wish they did more visual gags, because there's a lot of humor to be found in that. I think that's the difference between like Fawlty Towers and other shows with laugh tracks, is that they did a lot more physical stuff. They may as well just have the camera just stay stationary and just have one long take. You don't add anything to the show with the actual like language of film. I know I sound like a pretentious asshole here, but it's true. Like even the IT crowd does more with its studio setup than this does. How I Met Your Mother as well. Go for another American show. How I Met Your Mother is a lot funnier than this, even with the laugh track.
This one, let's go.
You put no thought into that.
I'm sorry. This one, let's go.
Not a bad joke.
Sufficient data to proceed. Excuse me, miss. Yes. I'm going to give you this gift basket. Based on that action alone and no other data, infer and describe the hypothetical relationship that exists between us. Excuse me? Here.
If you just kept the laugh track until the excuse me, that would have been better.
You my grandmother?
Hey, Leonard, come join us.
Oh, hey, Dave. And Penny, what a surprise.
Hey, Leonard. Dave was just showing me around the university.
How did he even ever end up with her?
Yeah, I know. I've been offering
He's
it
so,
for a year and a
like,
half.
unlikable.
Yes, please shut up. So,
Yeah.
don't you think you and I should get back to the lab?
Touché, my friend,
Dark matter
touché.
is gonna detect itself.
Actually, I was thinking about taking the afternoon off so I could work on another experiment with Penny.
Really? We're doing experiments?
We're gonna explore the effects of tequila shots on a gorgeous 22-year-old woman.
It's not an experiment. You saw what happened last night.
So awful.
Oh, can I drive the
She's awful as well. She knows he likes her. Like, she can't be ignorant to that at this point in the show. I'm pretty sure they'd already been on, like, a date at some point by this point. Like, it's just awful to talk that way around him when she knows that.
Great news, Leonard. I've solved my penny gift dilemma. Yippee. You said the danger was that I might under or over-reciprocate, but I've devised a foolproof plan. I will open her gift to me first, and then excuse myself feigning digestive distress. Then, I'll look at the price of her gift online, choose the basket closest to that value, give it to her, and then I'll return the others for full refund. Brilliant. It is, isn't it?
This is setting up a decent joke. I remember how this episode ends, and it's a real ending, to be fair.
Do whatever you want.
Thank you.
Unlike the
That's
other
very
one,
gracious.
where the plot just didn't end.
Gentlemen?
So he has a different reason for hating Christmas this time around.
Get Penny a new boyfriend.
My leg is killing me.
Not
Thanks for
bad, no.
asking.
Sick burn. I haven't laughed yet. This is okay.
You said that you didn't want to go out with me because I was too smart for you.
One of the jokes got like a pretty very close to a laugh, but
Times smarter than me. You'd have to know the railroad spike into his brain for me to beat him at checkers. Next to him, I'm like one of those sign language gorillas who knows how to ask for grapes. So my question is, what's up with that?
smile.
Why are you yelling at me? A smart guy takes the nude photos of his wife off his cell phone before he tries to take nude photos of his girlfriend.
He tried to take nude photos of you?
That's what you took from that?
It's a good point.
I'm sorry.
Maybe this twist would be funnier to me if I didn't already know about this episode.
So okay with the way things are between us. Why are you so jealous?
Good point. Yeah, these two just suck together. But yeah, in this one, Sheldon doesn't like Christmas because big brain, edgy atheist stuff. But in the last one, he had like an actual psychological reason.
By the way, my leg is killing me. Thanks for asking.
Not deserving of the laugh the audience gave it, but definitely deserving of a laugh. Not from me. Okay, I'm ready for this. I know that this is supposed to be a funny climax.
I should note, I'm having some digestive distress. So if I excuse myself abruptly, don't be alarmed.
Okay.
Oh, a napkin.
Turn it over.
To Sheldon, live long and prosper. Leonard Nimoy.
He came in the restaurant, sorry, the napkin's dirty, wiped his mouth with it.
I possess the DNA of Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah, I guess, but look, he signed it.
Did you realize what this means? All I need is a healthy oath that I can grow my own Leonard Nimoy.
His face is kind of selling it.
Okay, all I'm giving you is the napkin, Sheldon.
You're right back.
Here, open it.
Oh, a certificate for motorcycle lessons.
Mean.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah, and I checked. Not letting the bike fall on you while standing still is lesson 1.
Well, then I think you'll appreciate what I got you.
101 totally cool science experiments for kids.
Because you're so into science.
That smile doesn't count. That was a sarcastic smile. Okay. Okay, that scene's still funny. That payoff, I like it.
I know. It's not enough, is it?
Okay, it's not a big, like, belly laugh, but that's it. That's a laugh. I will give it that. Oh, it's 2 laughs! Oh, okay, well, this is clearly the funniest episode of all time.
Sheldon's hugging me.
I mean,
It's a Saturnalia miracle.
not even a bad payoff to the edgy, anti-Christian stuff. Okay, well, even though I laughed at that first joke in the early episode, I'm counting that as the point where we can stop. Thank God. Because, yes, this was torturous. What have we learned today, children? Well, we've learned that, The Big Bang Theory isn't funny, which was our initial hypothesis, so bully for us. We've learned that The Big Bang Theory, despite not being all that funny to begin with, probably peaked in the 2nd season. We've learned that laugh tracks aren't inherently terrible, but they are terrible when they're overused to that extent. We've learned that I shouldn't have done this. This was a bad idea. I have tortured myself for no good reason. Learned that it isn't funny and it should remain in the past where it belongs, never to be viewed by future generations. So maybe this is just an impassioned plea to Netflix to please remove it so that no more of this torture can take place. And if there is anyone that still likes The Big Bang Theory, even to this day, after it has faded into irrelevance, and after you just watched me torture myself for your amusement, if anyone still likes The Big Bang Theory, you're entitled to your opinion. I wish you a very pleasant evening.